Hello dear students, this is Dr. Shabana Begum, Associate Professor in the Department of Zoology, Maharani Science College for Women, Bangalore, presenting a lecture on the topic acid rain as one of the current environmental issues pertaining to BSc Zoology 5th semester under the paper entitled Environmental Biology and Ethology. Students, in my previous lecture, I had discussed about the greenhouse effect, greenhouse gases, global warming and its impact on climate change and human health. And today, let us discuss or speak about a very burning topic called acid rain. So, coming back to what exactly is the meaning of acid rain, you can mention that the acid rain is a phenomena in which the rainfall has a pH level of less than 5.6. So, the content of this session being the introduction to acid rain, nature of acid rain, impact of acid rain on human health, aquatic environment, terrestrial environment and monuments, and also the mitigation or control measures. The learning objective of this particular session is to learn more about the meaning of acid rain, its formation and effects on human health, aquatic environment and monuments, and to chalk out control measures of acid rain formation. So, I just told you the acid rain is a phenomena in which the rainfall has a pH level of less than 5.6, and in fact it is generally between 3 to 4.5. As we all know, normal rainwater is always slightly acidic because of carbon dioxide present in atmosphere, which gets dissolved in it, forming carbonic acid. Normal acidity of rainwater is 5.6. So, the water combines with carbon dioxide to form carbonic acid. Because of sulfur dioxide and nitrogen dioxide gases as pollutants in atmosphere, the pH of rain is further lowered to as 2.4, and this type of precipitation is called as acid rain. So, you can always say acid rain is a combination of sulfuric acid, nitric acid and hydrochloric acid in the proportion as follows. So, about 65% of acid rain is due to sulfur dioxide emission and 30% due to nitrogen oxide and 5% due to hydrochloric acid emitted by chemical industries. The history of the acid rain formation: since industrial revolution, emissions of sulfur dioxide and nitrogen dioxide in atmosphere have increased tremendously, and in the year 1852, Robert Angus Smith was the first to show the relation between acid rain and atmosphere pollution in Manchester, England. Then term the acid rain was generated by Smith in the year 1972. The problem of acid rain has not only increased with population and industrial growth, but has become widespread. Then the acid rain is formed when oxides of nitrogen and sulfur combine with atmospheric moisture to form the nitric acid and sulfuric acid. The formation of acid rain, when you discuss, the automobiles are main sources of nitrogen oxide emission, and it's also formed due to lightning and radiation, while the factories are the main sources of sulfur dioxide emissions. The energy is mainly produced by burning fuels such as coal, oil and natural gas. These components combustion leads to oxides of sulfur or nitrogen. So, acid rain includes acidic rain, fog, snow or acidic gases. So this picture depicts the emission, deposition and the effects of acid rain formation. So the chemical processes which are involved in the acid rain formation can be viewed in this particular slide, and you yourself can explain. It's a self-explanatory slide where sulfur combines with oxygen to form sulfur dioxide, which combines with a molecule or half a molecule of oxygen plus water vapor gives sulfuric acid. For the formation of nitric acid, the reactions involved NO plus O3 giving NO2 plus O2, that is NO2 combines with O3, that is ozone, to form NO3 plus O2, NO3 plus NO2 combine to form N2O5, and N2O5, that is nitrogen pentoxide, combines with water vapor to form the nitric acid. The main causes of acid rain are the natural causes, which are in the form of volcanic emissions, biological processes, lightning, etc., and the anthropogenic causes being the emissions from the factories, motor vehicles, coal-based power plants, domestic fires and smelters. So now let us learn more about the impact of acid rain. So it can be the impact on the plants and trees, where it causes yellowing of leaf tissue, causing what is known as chlorosis. So the picture here, that is the figure in this particular slide, shows that chlorosis condition, that is yellowing of leaf tissue compared to the normal, which appears green. Then there is always a direct effect of acid rain on plant growth due to toxification of soil. Usually it takes away soil nutrients, causing stunted growth. The acid rain blocks stomatal pores of leaves. Then electron transport system, biochemical reactions dominated by pH are also affected. Always there is degradation of plant chlorophyll due to the effect of acid rain. More about this. So the microbes, they are not able to tolerate low pH and they die. The acid rain dissolves all the nutrients and the useful minerals for the tree to grow. So it weakens the process of photosynthesis ultimately, while the upper fertile layer of soil is affected as essential nutrients are leached away from soil. So according to modern researchers, acid rain leaches potassium, calcium, magnesium, etc. These are the essential elements from the top soil, and when soil is contaminated, the cereal production or the crop production will get affected. The acids, they activate aluminum from the soil, which leaches into water and fish dies there. Drinking water is also contaminated because of the acidic condition of the environment. So the effect on aquatic environment, when you have to speak about, it causes lowering of pH and high aluminum concentration in surface water that causes damages to fish and other aquatic animals. So what happens exactly is, so the acid rain, it makes the water bodies acidic. Then the decomposition rate of acidified lakes is slowed down because the fungi and bacteria are not tolerant of acidic condition. Here too, the acid rain causes leaching of calcium ions. So it disturbs the shell formation process in mollusks. The molluscans will not survive in waters which have pH less than 5. It causes high concentration of aluminum and other heavy metals like cadmium, mercury, iron, zinc, lead, etc., which are toxic to aquatic flora and fauna. All the components of aquatic bodies like the phytoplanktons, amphibians, fishes, crustaceans, etc., they die because of the effect of heavy metals. So during 1970s, they say, that is a report actually, at Norway, the country Norway lost 20% of fishes due to acid rain. Biodiversity of water body is reduced because of the effect of acid rain. The lakes, rivers, they are fragile ecosystems where each species depend on other to survive. If one disappears, other two disappears. So here in this picture you can see how the acidic rain has affected the fishes over there. So here you can mention at pH of 5 or below 5, zooplanktons disappear. Then larger aquatic plants like macrophytes, they often decline, but white moss called sphagnum, they increase to form impenetrable mats that seal off oxygen and slow down the decay of litter of lake floors. Now let's discuss about the impact of acid rain on the human health. So here you can mention the impact on human health is as follows. The sulfur dioxide and nitrogen oxide gases, they cause us respiratory diseases like asthma, chronic bronchitis, etc. While the tiny particles, they cause difficulty in breathing for humans and animals and also lead to permanent lung damage. Acid rain, it forms blisters and rashes on the skin, and it damages cornea in case of direct contact, and also it may cause hair loss. The polluted drizzles, acid rain droplets were resulted into eye and skin irritations in case of humans. The concentrations about 1.6 parts per million of sulfur dioxide causes breathing problems, breathing difficulty, and penetrate into the lungs. So the indirect effect of acid rain on human health involves toxic heavy metals because these are liberated from soil when soil gets acidified. The most common heavy metals are aluminum, cadmium, zinc, lead, mercury, etc. They enter into vegetables, fruits, fish and meat. These heavy metals cause headache, dry coughs, eyes, nose, throat irritations as such. The acid rain causes acidification of food and water supplies for drinking. Another important problem is the cause of Alzheimer's disease. So here leached aluminum intake may result in Alzheimer's disease. It's just a report which gives the information. So then acidification in fact play havoc with human nervous system, respiratory system and digestive system. Next, the effect of acid rain on monuments or the buildings. Monuments or buildings, which is also called as built environment. So, acid precipitation of pH level ranging between 3 to 5 have affected the cement and concrete very badly, because here it causes extensive damage to buildings, structural materials of marble, limestone, slate, etc. So once again you can remember the formation of calcium sulfate, which causes decoloration of the buildings, especially the calcium carbonate when combined with sulfuric acid, that is acid rain, it causes calcium sulfate formation along with water and carbon dioxide. A place called Athens in Greece and Italy, invaluable stone statues, which you can see here in this picture, have been partially dissolved by acid rain. Taj Mahal in Agra is also affected due to acid fumes from Mathura refinery. The sulfur dioxide in the atmosphere, when mixed with water vapor of clouds, forms acid rain as we have discussed earlier. The acid rain, when comes down on earth in the form of rainwater, severely affects the buildings, sculptures, monuments, etc. This phenomenon of stone cancer is marked by discoloration and deterioration. You can in this picture very clearly see the decoloration of the seventh wonder of the world, that is the Taj Mahal, because of the emission of Mathura oil refinery, which lies 40 kilometers away from Taj. So the oil refinery emits 25 to 30 tons of sulfur dioxide daily in spite of using low sulfur fuels. You can always mention steel building, railway tracks, and other structures built of iron are very seriously affected by acid rain due to leaching. Marble, sandstone and limestone are easily dissolved by acid rain. The carvings and monuments like, as I said, Taj Mahal lose their features due to acid rain. So you can mention Delhi, Red Fort and Jama Masjid are also showing signs of damage from sulfur pollution. The damages by acidic deposition are not only confined to major structures but also erodes the treasures like paintings, drawings, museums, religious places, etc. Then there are reports which say that the corrosion rate of iron is faster, that is 2 to 10 times faster in polluted urban and industrial area, particularly in the presence of high concentration of sulfur dioxide. The acid rain speeded up the natural chemical weathering and corrosion of exposed materials like bronze, copper, marble, then you can say limestone structures, metallic structures, textiles and paintings, such as the paintings, so many paintings, they are damaged by the acid rain. Now finally, let us discuss about mitigation or the control measures to avoid the effect of acid rain, which is due to the emission of sulfur dioxide and nitrogen dioxide. So the usage of clean combustion technologies, that is using pollution control equipments. Then here you can mention the cars can be fitted with special converters which reduces amount of sulfur dioxide and oxides of nitrogen released into the atmosphere. Then usage of cleaner fuels. Then removing oxides of sulfur and oxides of nitrogen before releasing. Usage of flue gas, desulfurization and using catalytic converters. So the replacement of coal by natural gas or renewable energy resources is also one of the control measures. You can mention about liming of lakes and soils. So powdered limestone or lime water added to water and soil to neutralize the acid. So it is used extensively in Norway and Sweden, and it is quite expensive and short-term remedy. It's just a short-term remedy. A great way to reduce acid rain is to produce energy without using fossil fuels like coal. Then instead, people can use renewable energy resources such as solar and wind power. Renewable energy sources help to reduce acid rain because they produce much less pollution. Now, finally, let us learn about the outcome of the study. So what we have learned is about the acid rain, which is caused when the oxides of nitrogen and sulfur are precipitated from the rainwater. These oxides are present in the upper atmosphere, and when rain falls, these oxides get dissolved in rainwater and forms nitric acid and sulfuric acid, thus make it acidic. This type of rain is called acid rain. The acid rain has many ecological effects, especially on lakes, streams, wetlands and other aquatic environments. It makes water more acidic which results in more aluminum absorption from the soil, which is carried into lakes and streams. There are several solutions to stopping man-made acid rain, such as regulating the emissions coming from vehicles and buildings is an important step according to the Environmental Protection Act, that is EPA. This can be done by restricting the use of fossil fuels and focusing on more sustainable energy sources such as solar and wind power. So thank you. With this, let us move to some of the multiple choice questions to know whether you have followed the topic or not. The first question being, the pH of acid rain is A. Options are A, less than 5.6, more than 7.6, more than 6.6 and more than 9.6. So the answer, can you guess? The answer is A, option A, that is less than 5.6. The acid rain is due to, options are carbon dioxide and water, carbon monoxide and nitrogen dioxide, sulfur dioxide and nitrogen dioxide, sulfur dioxide and nitrous oxide. The option C is the correct answer. The third question, in acid rain, sulfuric acid accounts for, options are 100%, 70%, 50% and 30%. Hence, here the answer is option B, which is around 70% of acid. Acid rain affects, options are materials, plants, soil, and option D will be all of the above. So the answer here is answer D, because acid rain affects the materials, plants, soil, etc. Next question 5. Acid rain can be controlled by, options are reducing sulfur dioxide and NO2 emissions, B, reducing oxygen emission, C, increasing number of lakes, D, increasing the forest cover. The answer is the option A. Next MCQ, which gas caused yellowing of Taj Mahal? The answers are sulfur dioxide, chlorine, hydrogen and oxygen. So hence here you can mention the answer option A, sulfur dioxide is the correct one. Next MCQ, the stone cancer is an effect of, options are climatic change, B, hard water, C, acid rain, D, excess of calcium. So the answer being acid rain, that is option C. So few references are mentioned in this slide. Please go through them. Thank you.